And I will always love bucks. Love you. Oh, good morning, beehives and hand drives. Today we are celebrating DJ's birthday. His birthday was like a week and a half ago, but all of us were at camp, so we didn't get to celebrate. But we are celebrating today by playing one of my all-time favorite sports. So close. So close. All right, that's the end of Whirly Ball. My team lost every time. Deej, did you win?
Okay.
Well, that's the important thing.
Some of us won every time.
All right, some of us can shut up. So I wanted to share a short, quick little sermon of the day, since I haven't done one in a while. Now before I start, know that most sermons of the day are not really my own thoughts as much as they are borrowed, revamped, remixed wisdom that I've received from other people, whether they be pastors I listen to or people I read or things like that. This sermon of the day is no different. This is an idea that I have sort of been working on and speaking about and writing for a couple years now, but it was articulated to me this morning at church in a different way than I've ever heard it before, and I wanted to share it all with you. So I was listening to a sermon this morning by a pastor who was talking about finding confidence, finding a Christ-like confidence. And they were talking about finding confidence through consistency. Meaning, looking at your circumstances, looking back at our circumstances and seeing how God has provided for us in the past, which gives us confidence that he will continue to do it in the future. And this pastor talked about it specifically in terms of what he called the gap. And in the gap, he drew this sort of drawing that I have drawn on my hand. It looks like this. Now, it's hard to tell with all the creepy veins in the back of my hand, but there are 3 lines here. This middle line, this represents where you are right now. And then this line right here, this line that's close to it but like ahead of it, this line represents where God wants you to be, the person that God is creating in you, the person that God is forming you to be. And what's frustrating is there's always a gap here. We're always trying to reach towards and always trying to grow towards that person that God wants us to be. And oftentimes it feels like it's out of reach. It feels like we're never going to get there. And a lot of times that gap, it can seem insurmountable. But what we forget is that that is not the only gap we deal with. There's another gap. It's the gap between this line and this line. This represents who you are right now. This line represents who you used to be. And you see, there's a lot more space between who I used to be and who I am now than there is between who I am now and who God wants me to be. This means that I've come a long way. I still have further to go. God's still growing things in me. But when I look back, I am no longer the person I was. And I can look back at that gap and I can see how God has brought me through that gap time and time and time again. And that gives me greater Christ-like confidence to look forward at this smaller gap and say, he's going to bring me all the way there too. Something that I say all the time, and that I think I've said on this vlog before, is that looking at what God has done in your past gives us greater faith for what he's going to do in our present. And I think that this talking about the gap sort of does the same thing. So that really encouraged me in finding confidence in my faith this morning, and I hope that it encourages you too on this Sunday, but you're watching it on Monday morning, afternoon, evening. I think Sweet Bear and DJ and I are just hanging out the rest of the night. So we'll see if we get into any trouble or do anything interesting. Okay, so this Taco Bell has possibly the best service of any Taco Bell in the country.
Watch, they won't today.
No, but it's been consistently amazing.
Yeah.
Like the people that work here, they're so nice.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good. What can I get for you?
Chicken quesadilla,
Can I have a chicken quesadilla, please?
cheesy gordita crunch,
Okay.
A cheesy gordita crunch
and nachos.
Okay.
Burger.
and a nachos Bel Grande.
Okay.
And then can I also have another chicken quesadilla
Another chicken pizza.
as well as a chicken flatbread sandwich?
Don't put that on there.
We don't have a
That's
chicken
like
flatbread
Jordan
sandwich.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, that's so
Don't
sad.
have what?
I know. I'm mad.
I'm mad too. Nope, that is all.
Okay, 2046, yes, window, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We can't see it.
Hi.
Hi there.
So I got 3 chicken quesadillas, a cheesy gordita crunch, and so I have a nice day.
You too. So they weren't overly nice today, but
Usually they are.
they were not. I mean, she was really nice.
Yeah.
If I wasn't expecting it to be great, and I was at like a McDonald's, in that circumstance I would have been like, man, that was a really nice drive-through person. Because like when they were out of the flatbread, I was like, oh no, that stinks, and she like made conversation about it. She's very nice.
I know, we just are breaking down this Taco Bell's techniques.
Because they're really, like, they stand out to me.
They do, which is awesome. So, way to go, Lincoln Park Taco Bell.
If you ever get a chance to go to the to the Taco Bell in Chicago, Illinois, on Wrightwood Avenue, I highly amend it.
Not that the food's any different, but the service is great.
The service is great. The people are nice.
All right,
Some manager there is doing a great job.
I think we've probably spent enough vlog time talking about this particular
I don't know
Taco
if we
Bell.
did.
But yeah, don't hit this man on a bike.
I think I might.
All right, folks.
We're gonna go eat 4 quesadillas.